Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to our family support group. And once again, as always, it's a pleasure to be with you. My name is Craig, and I have someone, special guest with us tonight, and her name is
Hello, it's Sherry.
Sherry. Absolutely. And so tonight we're just going to bring some information on family. Because this is what this support group is geared towards, is helping families help families. And so whatever situation may be, because we know that addiction is not just an individual disease, it also affects our entire family. And so without further ado, you can go online and retrieve this information. This article is brought to us by gatewayfoundation.org, all lowercase. And so today's title, you can see it scrolling across the screen, is the role of family and friends in addiction recovery. All right. And so today's topic, we're going to share some information on that. And so I'll begin. So it starts off, says, when a loved one has a substance use disorder, the hardships impact everyone in the family. Substance use and addiction can change family dynamics, weaken communication, and erode trust. Okay? It says it can often feel like you're at a loss, unsure where to turn or what to do next. However, family members can play a crucial role in encouraging a loved one to achieve and maintain sobriety. In time, you'll find that you can heal from addiction and create a healthier home environment for everyone. All right? Remember, addiction is not an individual disease, it's a family disease. Not saying that everyone in the family is addicted, but most likely someone in the family is being affected in some type of way. So today's topic, we're going to begin off by reading, and it's on the role of family in addiction recovery. Family members can play a significant role in their loved one's addiction recovery. In many cases, you can work together with your loved ones to encourage them to get help. A healthy support system can also help prevent relapse. Here's how to help a family member with addiction. Number one, educate yourself. All right. It's crucial that you take the time to learn more about addiction and what recovery can look like. That way, you can better understand what your loved one is going through and offers the support they need. Number two, ask what they need. Let your loved one choose the level of involvement you play in their recovery. Ask what they need during this process and how you can support them without making assumptions. Number three, offer encouragement. It is important that your loved ones feel empowered to manage issues as they arrive while knowing they can turn to you for emotional support. And number four, promote accountability. Offer encouragement and compassion while simultaneously holding your loved one accountable. Set healthy boundaries, but be there for them when they need someone to talk to. All right. And so, most from what I get out of this article is letting us know that people that struggle with addiction recovery, uh, most of the time, often the time, their family member don't understand the addiction. They don't really understand how they can actually help in a genuine way. I know that family members love we love our loved ones, and we try to do all that we can. But this article is giving us some insight of how we can go about the process. And so, number one, it talks about educating ourselves and our loved ones, ask what they need, offer encouragement. It's very important, and promote accountability. Set some boundaries, all right? Because we don't want to be each other codependence. Codependence. Yeah, codependence. I think I said that right. Yeah. The reason I caught myself, I paused because I'm thinking the word codependent, but that's something else. We mean codependence. All right. So the second topic we want to talk about, and that is the role of friends in addiction recovery. You want to?
Yes, I'll read.
You feel like reading?
Sure.
Oh, I thought maybe you want to take a break tonight. All
The
right.
importance of friendship in addiction recovery cannot be overstated. A healthy support system can be a significant difference in a person's recovery as well as their overall health and wellness. Here's the role you can play in a friend's addiction recovery. Bullet 1, provide counsel. Friendships foster a sense of belonging and purpose, boost happiness, and encourage self-confidence. If you have a friend who struggles with addiction, you can provide valuable support and counsel while they seek treatment. Help them avoid triggers. You'll also want to maintain a supportive friendship dynamic after treatment. Understand your friend's unique addiction triggers so you can help them avoid them and prevent relapse. Bullet 2, trust the process. Understand that recovery is ongoing and you must be patient and realistic throughout your friend's treatment. Just offering your emotional support can go a long way in their recovery. Bullet 3, do sober activities. You can do many sober activities together to strengthen your bond, prevent loneliness, and encourage healing. Just a simple invitation to a fitness class or hiking trip can make your friend feel valued and loved. You can meet health goals together and enjoy your friend feel supported throughout their recovery.
All right. And so that is really geared towards people who have friends that are struggling with substance abuse. And then, like I stated earlier, the hope is to share some light or share some information on how we can help one another, because we're all in this together one way or another, because drug addiction, it affects us in many ways. It can affect us not only physically, but also mentally, socially, economically, in every aspect, relationship-wise. And so this is something that we all need to come together and help one another during the process. All right, and so the next topic I want to share is how to support a loved one in addiction. All right, it says, as your loved one begins recovery, you can support them in various ways. You can, number one, you can give them some space. All right, you'll want to give your loved ones the space they need to focus on their recovery. All right, and so don't overwhelm them, because a lot of times decision-making process can be very challenging, stressors and things of that nature. So it says give them some space. They will be undergoing the challenging experience of learning to live without substances while addressing the underlying issues that cause the addiction. That way they can take accountable steps to heal and maintain sobriety. The next one, trust the professionals. Very important. Trust the professionals. It can be difficult to witness a loved one struggling and entering treatment, but it's best that you let the professional handle the issues and allow them to create the most effective treatment plan. You want to read that one?
Sure. Practice self-care. As mentioned, self-care is crucial. Remember to spend time with friends and other family members throughout the course of treatment. Exercise, get proper sleep, and eat balanced, nutritious meals to support your mind and body. You can also use this time to address issues that might have developed over the course of your loved one's addiction by attending therapy sessions of your own.
Mhm.
Try family therapy.
Mhm.
Offer support to your loved one by showing up to family counseling if needed. Mental health professionals can help you and your family cope with difficult feelings that often arise when a loved one is struggling with addiction. These sessions can also provide you with the tools to establish healthier communication and supportive home environment.
All right. So I'll read the last two, and it says set boundaries. Be honest with your loved ones if you need more time to focus on yourself and your needs. It's also important to avoid enabling behavior. Setting boundaries and giving yourself time to heal can help reduce stress and depression and allow you to offer better support. And the last one is remain optimistic. It's important to stay positive for your loved ones while also realizing you cannot control the outcome of their treatment. Remain hopeful but realistic throughout the recovery journey and take things day by day. Mr. Seriano, how you doing tonight? I can't hear you. Turn your mic on. Hello? You see the microphone? Private chat. Let me see what the private chat said. Mic is on. Okay. All right. All right then. So we'll try to bring him back in somehow or another. Just want to get some insight or feedback, see how he's coming along and what he think of the information. So the last part we want to talk about, and that is the importance of support groups for friends and family members. As your loved one seeks treatment for addiction, support groups can be a vital resource. Here are ways these meetings can help you and your family. Bullet number one. I like the way you say bullet number one. Bullet number one. Heal and move forward. Addiction is a family, addiction in a family can lead to guilt, blame, and other negative feelings that make it tough to move forward. Support groups provide a space for you to release these feelings and focus on healing. All right. And so, bullet number two, address communication issues. We're talking about the importance of support groups for friends and family members. All right. Addiction is can also lead to unhealthy family dynamics. Support groups can help address any toxicity or communication issues so that you can create a healthier environment for your family. Bullet number three, provide understanding and support. This is very crucial. Having a friend or family member with addiction can make you feel helpless and lonely. You'll find that your support group will have experienced similar emotions. So they can provide help by sharing their experiences and validating your feelings. Bullet number four, gain insight. Most support groups are led by counselors and other mental health professionals. In these meetings, you can ask any of the hard questions you always wonder as a family member deals with an addiction. All right, and so that's going to do it all for this week. Are you still muted, Mr. Sariano? All right. We got to work on your IT skills, man. But I just wanted to ask you about support groups because I'm not sure you've been in a few. Well, I've been in support groups, and where it was talking about sharing information, and that a lot of time, oftentimes, when we share, I learned as I began to share my story or my information, I was able to hear some feedback, receive feedback from people who would say, man, your story really helped me. And vice versa, I would hear people sharing their stories, and I would say, wow, man, I didn't know that you went through some of the similar things I went through. And so a lot of times we may think that we are out on an island on our own, and unbeknown to us, people is going through some of the same similar situations that we're going.
It also helps because there's no judgment.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no stigma.
Yeah.
Somebody that has not went through any type of addiction,
Yeah.
and without having the education and the knowledge of knowing,
Yeah.
that causes a lot of hurt feelings.
Yeah, because people can't, like you said, can't relate.
Exactly.
Can't identify some of the things that we go through, because a lot of times people think is that people of addiction is making bad choices in life. But a lot of times it is basically a disease,
Mm-hmm.
And when you understand it from that perspective, then it give you a broader perspective on what we're dealing with, not just some people that say, oh, you just want to go out here and do this and that. No, people
We all make mistakes. We all have skeletons in our closets.
Yeah.
Without the education that I've had, I did not realize beforehand with my son's situation.
Right.
And that's why I started becoming more and more educated. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people don't understand my side of it.
Yeah. Exactly.
After losing a son, and that you're not supposed to out. You're supposed to die before your children.
Yeah.
So it's difficult to see both ends.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the thing is, there's so many people who maybe experienced or have experienced what you have experienced, and really being hard on themselves and don't know that they can also get some healing in the process, whatever that looked like for them. But just by you sharing your story, I'm quite sure people will just say, wow.
It's no different than an addict struggling to go to a meeting.
Yeah.
Or therapy. It's no different than when I struggled to go to that grieving session or,
Absolutely.
It's no different.
Yeah.
It's just a different situation.
Absolutely. Like me, myself, always looked at it from, I'm someone who just only struggled with addiction.
Mm-hmm.
So the mental health aspect, I always looked at it, that was for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't for me. I didn't fit those criteria then, but as I later on learned about PTSD, learned about ACEs,
Mm-hmm.
adverse childhood experiences, then I began to grasp hold and say, wow, I experienced some of those things when I was a child.
Mm-hmm.
I witnessed some of those things growing up in my experience of addiction, where I was affected some type of way.
And probably when we were growing up, I know I'm in my late 50s.
Well,
right. They pushed things aside, and they didn't want the outside world to know what was happening in your house.
Yeah.
So you kept it quiet.
Yeah.
And that's why we have so much stigmatism,
Mm-hmm.
because people don't understand mental health. They don't understand addiction. They don't understand grieving.
Yeah.
And until you walk in that person's shoes, you will never know. And I have always said, I hope no one has to walk in my shoes because of how I feel.
Yeah,
But then again, you wouldn't want me to walk in your shoes.
absolutely. Oh,
You know, so there's two types of struggling here.
yeah. So that's what the preventive measures are in place for, so that people don't have to take the same path or experience what we experience. But I like what you said about pushing things, sweeping things under the rug, or not dealing with it. I have an older sibling, and say if I was to be playing sports or a fall or whatever, and he was under, he would always say, "Stop crying, boy."
Boy, men are not supposed to cry.
That type of thing, And so these type of things, it basically try to what it did was mask our emotions so that we don't express our feelings and we weren't able to identify of how we're feeling.
And if you grow up in a society that you're military based,
Yeah.
my son grew up with a military father figure.
Mm.
Oh, don't cry, don't show your feelings.
So
that hindered him a lot with trying to express his feelings. He wouldn't cry, he wouldn't show emotions. He didn't.
Yeah.
Because of that,
Yeah, we bottle up so much emotion, so much things inside, and so we're looking for an outlet. That's one of the words I just not discovered, but I ran across. I was reading this book. It's called Emotional Intelligent Habits, and the author was talking about maladaptive behaviors, and that word maladaptive is unhealthy behaviors. And so a lot of times when we follow up our emotions, if we're not aware of our emotions, a lot of times we may respond in a negative way.
Right, you'll either explode, you'll break down, you'll have a breakdown,
or looking for something to
make it go away.
Make it go away
temporarily,
whether it's alcohol or drugs.
Correct.
All right, and so thank you for sharing. I appreciate
welcome.
you all the time. Mr. Sariano, I'm sorry that we couldn't get you on to share, but that's okay. I'm glad I can see your face at least. And I'll be in contact, all right?
Have a good evening.
All right, take care, everybody. All right, thank you.
I had a gentleman